Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host, Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, and today I thought I would touch on how I find inspiration for the adventures that I write. Some of them I've put aside to get published. Some of them I just use in my home games. I do try to prepare everything with the idea that it may at some point be used either in Torchlight or as a standalone adventure to be published. And as such, it's different than writing it for yourself, right? When you write an adventure for yourself, you fill in the blanks because they're already up here. You don't have to write everything out. You're basically writing a shorthand. You're writing a bunch of inspiration that gets you from point A to point B to point C. When I ran my last adventure at ShireCon, I was working that one out on the blog side as a process. But my thought process for that was at some point it would likely be published, maybe for Pay What You Want, maybe in one of the zines, but it had to be fleshed out more than something you're writing for yourself. When you're writing for yourself, like I said, you know the missing pieces because they're up here. So where do you find inspiration? A lot of times I would take Tome of Adventure Design, was Frog God Games, was always written by Matt Finch. Now it's back in Matt Finch's hands. Matt recently had a Kickstarter for a Toad 1.5, an expanded version. It's a great inspiration. I am not a huge person for rolling on charts and taking exactly what's on the chart because sometimes it doesn't work. But if you roll and in some parts of it work, you re-roll the parts that don't work, or you look at the chart and find what fits. Never allow yourself to be pigeonholed into something that's not going to be what you want or need. Sometimes I like a descriptive title for my dungeon because that descriptive title tells me how I want to flesh it out. The Minions of Tenkar, right? What's up here on the screen? Fugly did this. It's amazing. He did the faux cover in the classic TSR style, and it is awesome and it's inspirational. So I am running the Minions of Tenkar at ShireCon in September. I will. The plan is to run a playtest or two before that using Discord. If you want more information, pop onto the Tenkar's Tavern Discord server. I'm putting up, I guess, a forum channel for it. I can't believe Discord has forums now. So, what does this tell me about the adventure? Well, the adventure that I'm going to be writing is not going to be strictly serious, but it's not going to be Funhouse either. So, what are we looking at? Well, I would say we are looking at some type of goblin tribe, right? But they don't look very competent, and at the same time, there's smiles on these faces. So, how evil is this evil going to be? Maybe not all that evil. And if they aren't evil, then is Tenkar evil? But if they aren't evil, then what will be the evil? So, in my case, I have figured out that I need to start the adventure in town, and in my mind, it's a 3 hour time slot, which we're going to be rolling up characters. So you got to figure 20 minutes for the character roll up, and I'm trying to figure 40 minutes for the in town setup, have them talk to people in town. Now, if you are running something where it's a campaign, you're going to want to make sure that if you are doing a town where your players are going to encounter townsfolk, that you remember who you have thrown out there. I'm going to be running this as a convention adventure, pretty much a one-shot playtest, otherwise, or at least not necessarily part of a campaign. So the details on the town can be loosey-goosey. But if I was going to be doing this as, hey, this is the town that's kicking off the Tenkarian campaign or whatever we're going to call it, I'd want more details, and I'd want to have a list of shopkeeper, bartender, woman on the street, whoever they're going to encounter. So, what is probably going to be the hook? Well, the hook is uh, the town's bartender has been missing for the last 6 months, maybe a year. And since he's been missing, stuff has been going bad around town. Hey, food's been spoiling early, bread hasn't been rising. Uh, Nobody's been able to make quality beer. It spoils in the casks. The wine turns sour. What's going on? And they spotted some of these creatures, these deformed goblins in town. And the association is that these deformed goblins who skulk around at night are the ones that are causing the town's problems. And they've been dubbed the minions of Tenkar because there are rumors that they're working for Tenkar. The Tenkar went batshit crazy and he's exacting revenge on town with these minions. So I got all that from looking at this cover. That was my inspiration, and it led me to go deeper and further. Sometimes this inspiration hits you. I've had it where I have inspiration for magic items as I was driving home from work, and you got to pull off the highway at the next available exit so you can get to the side of a road and write stuff down in your little notebook. Now I'd probably be pulling out my iPad and typing it out. So inspiration strikes when it strikes. I like the way this is planning out in my head. I like the way I've already pulled the maps. Now here's the other thing. It's an adventure for a convention, which means I need a map that's expandable, and an expandable map is often multi-leveled. But by doing that, I can, if the players are kicking ass and taking names, I can go full length. And if they aren't, well, then instead of going down to the third level, they found out what they need on the second level. If they're really going slow, they find on the first level. And you can always adjust it. That's important for an adventure that's going to be in a time slot. Again, a convention adventure. You need that little bit of leeway. You need to be able to shorten it or lengthen it depending on how effective the group of players you have are, whether they're tearing up or tearing down. So just some thoughts on that. So I'm hoping to run this, if not this Thursday, then next Monday night. We got to figure out the schedule here. And on Discord, with a group of like 6. I find Discord 5 to 6 players is ideal for Discord Roll20. A convention I can run with 10 or 11. That's not a big deal. But to keep focus on a group over the vagaries of a computer screen, you need a smaller group. So that's just where my thoughts, in this example, where it's going. The thought process behind the minions of Tenkar as it stands. Now, that might change with the playtesting. That often happens. So, we shall see. Folks, we're in the endemic, right? Use your common sense. Other than that, be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow, Monday night, with yet another of my, I don't know, news updates, insights, ramblings, whatever you want to call it. Folks, by the way, there's a join button below. If you want to hit it, join. It's $1.99 a month. It helps us produce better, well, I should say better quality. There's the quality you get is the quality you get, but it allows me to update the equipment sometimes for my co-hosts. It helps. And if you join, you get little tchotchkes like emotes for beer and wine glasses and all the other fun stuff that would be associated with a tavern. What more do you want? All right, folks. On that note, thank you all. Laters.